Dear Lord, Father God, we bow our heads in honor of your glory, Lord God. We come to you asking for the strength to touch these souls in Baltimore. We pray that you touch these haters, Lord God, and show them the light of the BDM podcast and give us strength to endure any challenges we may face. Black excellence in its finest. We know you're busy doing nothing, so with that being said, tune in and subscribe and watch the show Busy Doing Nothing podcast. Church, amen.
Amen.
I mean,
would you rehearse that one, y'all? Like,
I feel like
That was super dope. That was super dope.
That's a drink talking right there.
This is the Busy Doing Nothing podcast. We're right in the middle of the conversation. I am your host, Mr. Freeman. We have another guest-packed episode today, and we got a Black Excellence episode today. That's what this is.
Yeah, most definitely.
Both of our guests today, I think we mentioned in one of our Black Excellence shout-outs in previous episodes. To my left, I got
Scooter.
And then to his left,
Greg.
And then
the one and only, man. Pastor Christian.
Pastor
I'm always
Christian
here,
with the
man.
powerful opening, yo. I
Yeah,
feel like
Pastor Christian.
I feel like we got an aura.
Self-proclaimed, yeah.
Now, Scooter is an architect. We don't have many black architects. That's definitely one of the fields that we can do great in. And it's just like you still in school for that, or you already started? Is it an apprenticeship? Is that what it's called?
No,
I don't even know how architecture works.
So,
okay.
I'm in school technically. Yeah, I'm still in school. I'm about to graduate in December. Then I'm off to grad school. But you are right. That it is a field that doesn't have many black architects. Speaking on that, I actually took a class that was about black architects, and you feel me? It tells you all the architects through the history that
like
kind of get whitewashed throughout the history,
Right.
and like people don't even know about. So
I heard that it was a black person that built the Washington Monument, or designed it, or something like that. I forgot what it
A lot
was.
of
So
black
it
people
was-
don't get credit, you know.
It was Peter Cook, I believe, David Adjaye, and there are two other people I am leaving out. Sorry, I do not know off the top of my head. But yeah, it's been in the making for like the past 30 years, and they were like all different firms, and they kind of just collaborated on African American Museum of Culture. So, and then we have that beautiful museum dedicated to African American history.
yes.
So, I
Shout
mean,
out to them.
I still
shout out to them.
I gotta
Like,
get down
you
there.
feel me?
I gotta get down
I feel like I'm doing a
Right.
disservice by not having gone.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta go like during the
definitely,
week. From what I hear, it's like you gotta go like a Tuesday or Wednesday to make sure you get up in. You know what I'm saying? You can show
okay.
up like on
Yeah,
Saturday,
when
you
I
get a
went,
ticket.
like, the guy had sold all the tickets out, but off of some, like, crazy shit, he was just like, I'm gonna let y'all in. He just
that's
walked
good.
right
That's
in.
love,
Like, he's
man. That's
off the
love,
humble. We were
man.
just expecting
That's
you
what's
guys
up.
wait in a line or whatnot, but he was
Yeah.
like, no, y'all can go in. I was just like, bet. But it's just, I want to go back again when it's a lot less people so you can fully
right.
enjoy the
You're doing really
exhibits.
good on business, though,
But it's
man.
just like, it's so
always
packed.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
what
packed. When I
been
went,
hearing.
it was just like all these little kids, and it was just like,
Yeah.
it really, I felt like the people were, you had the older crowd, they were really
Probably.
immersing themselves in the
Right,
exhibits.
of course.
But then you got the younger kids, they just running around, they on the
Of
field
course.
trip, they
They
don't
said
really
it was like an
understand it.
amusement park there. That's
Yeah,
what I
and it's just
heard.
like, I just felt a little like mad about that. Like, you feel me? This is like, you
It's
need
just
to
a
know
novelty
about this.
because it was
like,
new. Though everyone's just a little excited.
yeah,
that's
I
all.
mean, that's true. And then they don't really know. They just there on the field trip. They just
Nah,
like,
they
I'm
don't
going to a museum. But when you feel me, as a Black American, you feel
They'll
me,
learn
when you
when
go
they
through
go.
it, you feel me, you just
Right.
need to notice, like, you come so far. We still working, we still got to go however many more feet down the line. So, yeah, I'm definitely glad it was built, though.
Right. You just came back from studying abroad, right? Like, was it
China.
China? Okay.
Chongqing, China.
Great
Yeah,
Wall,
man.
right?
King
The Great
King.
Wall.
Beijing. That's Beijing.
You said it was called Ching Chong.
Chongqing.
That's-
But it's
I
spelled
thought it was King
CH.
Pong.
That sounds kind of like racist. Every time you say like Chinese people like Ching Ching Chong Chong Chong.
But it's
like,
spelled
They be mad because we be right.
Qing. So like they got different pronunciations.
They be using the Q's, yo. It ain't too many Q's that we use.
Q's. It's just like when you think you pronouncing it the right way, you hear it and then you just like.
So how long was you over there?
For a month. So I was
Oh,
there from early June, got back end of July. Oh, what is that? I just got back 2 weeks ago. Damn, I'm wilding. I'm wilding. So I got back July 9th. Supposed to come back earlier, but you know.
So I ran into you the other week. I thought you were still over there. I was like,
There's a whole bunch of shit in the airports, bro. I thought I was gonna be there forever.
I was thinking that too. I was like, I wonder if he had any problems getting back into the States. 'Cause you know, with the whole travel
Try to
and
bring
all
that
that.
opium.
Yeah.
No, bro,
Backpack,
my
son.
flight got delayed because, you feel me, I'm leaving the airport from the city I'm staying in to go to Beijing because everything kind of flies out of Beijing and Shanghai. So you feel me? We get on our plane, we hit the top of the runway. You feel me? We about to take off and all that. Then they start speaking Chinese. Of course, I don't understand everything they saying out their mouth.
They ain't
so
no
everybody. I'm in China. They saying everything in Chinese.
Oh, they don't even care
so
about
all the people on the flight, you feel me, spazzing because they understand what's going on. I'm just sitting here just looking so dumbfounded, like what's going on? Like they was like, we got to go back to the gate. I'm like, why? Nobody really said anything. So when they take us off the plane and board us on a bus to take us back to the gate, I see the cockpit. Then he had no window in the cockpit. I'm just like, so you was about to take off and it was like no window in the cockpit, or it just fell out magically? Like, I'm just like looking like, what the fuck? So you feel me? I'm sitting there. They still not explaining anything. And apparently from when I was talking to like the native people, they were just saying this is something that happens all the time. It happens all the time. But delays in general just happen all the time. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, you don't go through this in the States. You feel me? You got delays, but it ain't like all the time like it is over there. But I mean, I can kind of understand because they got 1.4 billion people. So the margin of error is a lot bigger than ours. You feel me? So, but I was just still like spazzing because you're not saying anything to me. Right. But I'm like legit the only black person, the only black American on here at that. So I'm just sitting up there like, so somebody gonna explain something. But luckily, like one of the people, like you feel me, his English wasn't that good, but you feel me, we could still say what we need to say, and he was just keep me in the loop. He was just saying they were having problems with the plane, they need to go back. But the lady at the gate, like who actually worked for the airline, wasn't saying anything. I'm like, so can you get your supervisor down here just to explain to me, translate whatever you're not translating to me? But she's like, so sorry. And I'm just like, I'm so blown the whole time. Like I'm furious, like in the air. I'm heated.
How long do you think about shrimp fried rice? From here to
so, if you do it, I had my first on the way there. So I had to go. I went from Dallas to Germany. That was 8 hours. Then I had an 8-hour layover in Germany. Then went from Germany to Beijing. That was another 8 hours. Had another 8-hour layover.
That's like 3 days, man.
Yeah, I was traveling for pretty much 2 days. But if you get a more direct flight, because you can't fly directly to where I was at, you got to go to Beijing or Shanghai to fly there. So altogether, when I was coming back to the States, it was about 17 hours. Because I went from where I was staying, Chongqing, to Beijing, then Beijing to Detroit, bruh. Even if I get premium economy, I'd have been a little bit better because I'm 6'3", so I got long legs. I'm tight, and then you feel me with somebody leaning their chair back, they all in my lap. So I'm just like,
funny thing, like business class is like $1,000 more than like.
It is, but you feel me? They get a cubicle though. You feel me? They get the recline lounge, warm seats. You feel me? They get the nice headphones, the better food. So I mean, if I had bread, I would pay for it. But
back rub and a blowjob and all that shit, like
soul plane.
It's like some soul plane type shit. But I'm just like, if I had the bread, I'd do it. But you already paying at least like 15.
You had to pay for your own flight.
So this is the good thing though. I only had to pay for my flight and my visa. My tuition and room and board was already covered by like the Chinese government because it was a program started under Obama before he dipped off. You feel me? Shout out to Obama.
You a spy there or something?
No. I couldn't be a spy. I mean, who knows? Maybe. Maybe. Getting plugged out.
To be determined. Right.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just studying architecture. You feel me? That's my front.
Some of the pictures you taking. It was like some dope type designs and stuff. So that's some stuff I ain't never seen over here nowhere. Maybe because
the thing is, I didn't think China was as. I thought they were a lot more modern than we were, but from what my teachers and like the students was telling me, that it wasn't really so good. You feel me? A couple years ago and years before that, because ever since the whole Industrial Revolution, it kind of just became obsolete because they was like an agricultural society. Right. So when you introduce machines, we don't need you no more.
What's up with that? I know they don't do they pretty much guard the Chinese folks from U.S. interaction, Western culture interaction, by like not having them have access to like Facebook and like Instagram and things like that.
So they block those websites like Google, Facebook, Instagram, but you can get around it because I was still on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. You just get a proxy blocker, but they still keep tabs on us. Like they legit still like know everything that's going on. But the only bad thing about it is since they get it from the media is skewed all the time. So they think they're in the loop, but they're kind of getting fed like BS information. So I mean, they know a piece of it, but they don't know the whole story behind anything that goes on, and they more particularly don't really know about the black issue.
Here's the reason why I mentioned that, right? I had a conversation with somebody, and I'm not gonna mention where they are, but they were saying that the reason why China blocks the social media of American culture is because America is very pervasive as far as like trying to have their ideals, permeate the world.
That's true though.
And China's like, fuck that. You are a contender to us, and we will do business with you, but we're not trying to have our people subscribe to your ideology.
Right.
That's
so
true.
that's why they block that shit.
And that's the mentality that they have. Is that
honestly.
you feel me? They fuck with us as Americans, but they still stay in their own lane.
Right.
It's just that they adopt some things from us, and then from what the vibes that I were getting, they kind of, I don't want to say envy us. That's a little bit on the extreme side, but they kind of look towards us for kind of things or confirmation of things. But I feel like they
things.
Cultural, and then like kind of social.
That's a black person. When motherfuckers like poking at you, like, yo, is he real? Like,
No,
they like,
yeah. I had a guy rub my skin. I was in Walmart. You feel me? A guy rubbed
Walmart.
Like, yeah, they got a Walmart there. They got a Walmart.
They don't want our social media, but they want Walmart.
Yeah, so but you feel me? He rubbed my skin. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But
charges that.
he looked at me. He was just like,
I thought it was a
oh my goodness,
song,
like really black. But I mean, you got people taking pictures of you all the time. You got people like trying to sneak and take pictures like on a humble. I'm looking dead at him like, yo, I see you taking a picture of
the
me.
Martin face up.
Like, you feel me? I wish if you would ask me, that'd be a little bit better. But don't sit up here and try
That's
to
the
sneak
question
pictures.
I'm getting at. Like, did you felt like you had better treatment? Like you was like the man. Like you was more of like a oddity / like something to be like.
Like a rarity.
Yeah, like a rarity, something to be ogled at in the sense of like admiration more so than just like, oh, it's a black person.
It wasn't more so
I heard that China's pretty
admiration.
racist.
Yeah.
Overtly racist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch on
Heavyweight
that. It's not that I felt like they were admiring me. It was just like they were in awe because I mean they don't really get that many black people.
Yeah.
And I did meet some African kids there, some black kids. I met a girl from England.
You get some trim? You get some China trim?
Nah.
Yo, girl.
My
No,
girl
it was girls.
well, my ex was with me, so I couldn't do it.
Nobody saw
But Asian women they don't look that attractive to me. All the women I saw, I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I know
Probably
something
bone.
But-
Yeah, that's
Weak.
But it was just
Round
more
number.
so they were in awe. And then I had it running at the bank. When I first got there, I was trying to exchange some money. And I had to go to the bank, like literally across the street from campus. And I go in there, you feel me? I got to fill out all these forms because I'm transferring money. And they got to take a picture of my passport. But when I give them my passport, they just staring at it extra hard like they never even seen a black person or a passport. And they just looking and looking and looking. I was in there for like a good hour for no reason where this could have taken no more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But then he's saying something in Chinese. His supervisor comes over. She just looking at it really dumb hard. And she calls somebody else over. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like,
all black people look the same. That's what it is. They're just like, is this really the
I don't even know
Who
it's
said
that,
it
but my ex-girl, she was telling me that they had met some African kids that were there, and they were saying that that's something they do here. Like, they just sit up there and just do the most for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
And, like, when she told me that, I was just like, wow. Like, she told me this when I was, like, FaceTime before I even got there, because she got there a whole week before I did.
Yeah.
So then, you feel me? I'm sitting up there, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like,
Right.
Wait a minute. Your ex-girl was in China with you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
She wasn't your girl.
She was my girl
Time?
doing it, but...
That's what I'm saying. It's like y'all in different cities. Like,
Yeah.
shit popping off. you know
No,
what I'm
she was
saying?
my girl during the time. We were in the same city, but...
Oh,
then-
y'all broke up in China?
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah,
She
it
met a
was,
samurai? I mean, not samurai.
no, it was different reasons outside of that.
Right.
I'm
But
fucking
it
with
was
you. I'm
just-
fucking with you.
No, I understand. But it's just a lot going on in China. It's just
Right.
like it's a cool place to have that experience, but I don't want to say it's going to hinder me, but it'll take me some time just to go back, just to get acclimated again, because it's just the whole process. It's just because after a while, I just didn't want to be there anymore because I just felt so out of place, and it just made it awkward from time to time. You feel me? You go on your day about it, but it gets overwhelming at times, especially when you're in a big group like I was. It was a whole HBCU. It was different
Oh, it was a bunch
HBCUs.
of different ones.
Yeah, so it was like 14. It was 12 students from different HBCUs.
Poppy, they should have fucking hotel parties and shit.
Yeah,
man.
but
Poppins, huh?
when you go out and travel on a bunch, people just looking at you like, oh my god, this pack of black people.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We went to.
Y'all should have robbed somebody for principal, just like just ran up with somebody.
I wasn't
Like,
robbing nobody,
just
but people
scared the shit out of
Right, you
them.
ain't even need a weapon.
That's what some people was doing that. But it was just like we went to this panda exhibit in Chengdu, and it was like when we went there, you feel me? Of course, the pandas, you feel me? They was damn near extinct because to be honest, they were just lazy and wasn't fucking. So we go there, we literally turn into the whole exhibit. You got people looking at us, taking pictures, and like we holding up the banner, like our banner just say like HBCU, you feel me, in China, and you got literally like flocks of people coming over taking pictures, and I'm just like, all right, it's time to go. Like,
You should have charged. I'm like,
that's what I was like. You feel me? I was like, all right, 30 quiet picture. Like that's what they call money. Like that's like the equivalent to like bucks is like quiet. So that's like their currency. The official name is what is it? Damn,
I thought it was the yen.
That's Japan.
That's just Japan.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. It's called RMB, but I forgot the actual name for it. Damn, my mind was going blank. But you feel me? I was trying to charge them like, you feel me? 30 quiet. You feel me? You can take a picture. That's when they started walking away. Like, nah, I don't want to take a picture no more.
Right.
shit.
Yeah. Right.
So here's the thing. The reason why I mention that is because I've heard different stories from people who travel, right? I don't know folks who travel. And everybody who tells me that blackness... All right, this is hearsay from people I know who travel. I'm not the big travel buff. But they said, like, blackness is like this mystery, obscurity, attraction / disdain that they feel when they travel around. So when they go to different countries, they say, like, this whole white standard is, like, so pervasive around the world. Like, everybody tries to be comfortable with white folks and make sure that they're comfortable when they visit the country. Black folks come, they either, like, I look at you like, oh, my God, you've never seen a black person before? And you're, like almost like a unicorn and shit.
Yeah, that's real shit, though.
Or they avoid you because they believe in whatever stereotypes have been fed to them from American society.
That's true.
You know, that's what I've heard.
Because even the women there, they pride themselves on having whiter skin. Like, they don't want to get dark. Like, when it's hot as shit outside and the sun beaming, they walk out with umbrellas. Like, real shit. Umbrellas. And they don't want to get lighter. Like, they pride themselves on being lighter. And if you ever see pictures, they want to look younger and a lot lighter.
Yeah.
And that's something I was just like, I don't want to say it's weird because, I mean, it's weird coming from my perspective.
No, even when you think about the beauty pageants, usually the ones that win in their area is always this pale Chinese woman, and
that's
actually
how
the
I went to a Miss
original Chinese.
Nigeria America pageant. I went to a Miss Nigeria America pageant. You know, they elected Miss Nigeria. She was lighter than you. I didn't even think a Nigerian existed that was like that. Seriously. And I was just like, what the fuck is that?
But I heard like skin bleaching is like, I don't know
they
if
do
it's
that
common,
heavy
but
over there.
it's practiced
Yeah,
throughout parts of Africa. But I don't want to go into that because I don't really know it. But that's what I heard. And I was just like,
China too.
they do that too. I was just surprised. Like, it was just like they do the most out there.
So let me ask you a question just tied to like your profession, your career and pursuits. Just like, so you went to China essentially to kind of get a sense of the architecture. Like, what did you bring back because you felt like was substantial?
Well,
As far as
particularly
like understandings and things.
Particularly in the area that I was staying in, it was a developing part of China. So pretty much the images that we see in America of China would be of like dense cities of like Beijing and Shanghai and Hong Kong. They're really like dense, literally shoulder to shoulder. But the city that I was in, it was a lot dense, but it was still spacious. And you can see that this is a part of the country that they're kind of building up, and in the next probably 5, 10, maybe 15 years, it'll be that next dense city.
So you think we could take some cues from them? Like, in what way? Like, what cues could we take from China?
They're actually taking cues from us, but
That's what
I would
was
say
thinking too, like,
design-wise, the cues that we could take from them is something kind of incorporating when we build anything in general or design anything, neighborhoods, communities, schools, areas, is incorporate everybody into the picture. So like the university I was staying at, which is called Chongqing University, and it had four campuses, A, B, C, and D. D was the more modern campus, and it had that whole American feel to it. The campus I was staying in was campus A. That was the whole traditional one. That was the first campus that was built. You could see the history on campus. But when you go there, there's a lot of things that come together, but it's not like they're clashing. It comes together perfectly. So you have the university that's in the center of it, but then around it, you legit have a community of people. Like, so like literally if you got Coppin, but then you got the whole surrounding community, but it was all built together. It wasn't distinguished between this is the community and this is the university. When you walk in, you're just like, this is nice. You feel like you're in a park, essentially. They incorporate a lot of nature into their designs. So you literally got a university, you got a community, you got a high school, middle school, all bunched in one neighborhood.
And it feels homogenous.
But you're still in the middle of downtown part of a city.
Yeah.
So everything kind of was very cohesive. You never felt like you were out of place. And that's something that kind of people don't really realize it, but that contributes to the overall standard of life. As opposed to if you living in a city like New York, it's a lot of hustle and bustle. You feel me? Skyscrapers, you got all these cars, people. It's just a lot going on. But when you have something, when you incorporate nature into it,
It brings about
it definitely brings that. It calms you down a lot. And that's something that I feel like as we design our communities, buildings, and etc., that's something we need to incorporate.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the architecture, and especially in Baltimore or in the States, is more purpose-based. It's not really aura or feeling-based. It doesn't. I feel like you got all the skyscrapers in New York because you got a bunch of businesses in New York. So you don't really care about how many trees is there, how much you know, agriculture is there.
And that's actually something Baltimore is trying to do because if you ever notice, on the west side, you got a lot more greenery on the west side. But as soon as you get to like downtown and over east, that's when you get all the hardscape services. Everything is a lot hotter.
Here's the
and all
thing.
that.
I have an opinion about that. I think this is like the standard that human beings have taken to the earth from a biblical sense is like, oh, subdue the earth, subdue flora, fauna, all that type of shit. So like human beings is trying to like essentially say that we have dominion over nature, and they build these structures to say, well, we are, we're very different from nature. We built these hard lines, these forms. It's just like nature is circular, is no distinct form, and human beings are injecting in that. And I think that's like a break. This is the opinion. I think that's a break from maybe what was intended. I think human beings may do better in the future to try to be more, like complementary, supplementary to nature.
I mean, I feel like that kind of plays into the reasons why some of these natural disasters happen, because it's just nature's way of trying to say, yo, this is not right.
Yeah,
so,
if you think about it, they were here first.
Right.
This earth was here before we were. So it's like we
Right.
should have always been thinking about that first, because nature can make this hell for us. You see these hurricanes, tornadoes, you feel me? The climate change, like, it's literally making it hard for us because nature will always be here.
Right.
We won't.
It's always
Right.
gonna be
And it
us
will
too.
reclaim the
always be
earth.
us.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
we'll reclaim it. We just need to build in a way that, you feel me, we need to understand that we can't do certain things.
Right.
Like, because literally, you can tell by even buildings, because they have to do maintenance on buildings because nature starts growing and starts taking over. It's like, no, I don't want you here. I'm going to do me. So we just need to be more organic in the way that we design, because other than that, we're still going to be perpetuating the same problem throughout time. And then we're going to sit up here like, oh, we could have changed this years ago, but we didn't, even though we knew about it. Just like now, we're not really taking the necessary steps to go forward, but it even took us this long to figure everything out.
Right. And I mean, you even got some people that don't even think climate change is a real thing.
Precisely.
So it's like
Precisely.
they're not gonna be they're not gonna understand until they literally see
Burning
it.
up,
Yeah.
you feel me?
And then they be like, oh yeah,
Okay,
right.
can I kind of be like an aside here? What's up with the weather, yo? Like the weather has been like
I was
extremely
saying the
hot
same
and then
thing,
crazy
yo.
cold. It's been fucking strange, yo.
Like that, pretty
Strange as
dangerous.
shit.
You getting that Florida
Like
weather.
today, it was like 65 and shit. It's like 65.
In the middle of the summer, like smack dab in the middle of the
I
summer.
like this type of weather. I ain't complaining.
I don't mind it,
because
but it's just like it's not what it's supposed to
I
be.
feel like I should smoke more.
very airy.
I feel like it makes me think I should smoke more.
smoke outside, yeah.
I mean, like, I know it's kind of stupid, but it's like for whatever reason, I feel like the climate is changing, and it's because I'm not having the correct interaction with the climate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just personally, I like spring, and I like fall. I don't like winter. I'm cool. I take winter over summer.
I like
Because
winter fashion.
Winter, you can throw on a lot
like
more
winter
clothes.
fashion.
Summer, you can take off all your clothes. You still
Jackets.
baking. So you feel me?
Jackets and boots, man. Winter
Yeah, that's why
fashion.
I like spring and fall to intermediate, where one day you can be like, all right, I'm sweatshirt, or the next day you can be like, all right, I'm just t-shirt, because it's like you can kind of play either way. Like
I don't like summer.
I don't like
Let me
the
ask you a
extreme
question.
seasons.
Like summer, I do not wear shorts. I got skinny fucking legs. I
I'm
look
the
good
same
in
way.
shorts,
I
but I don't
wear
wear shorts.
like that either.
Oh, really?
Like at all. So I was like,
shit.
either
I
like
feel you.
I like to be like naked or like clothed, like
Right.
like winter or like summer naked, like pool party or like
Yeah.
the winter fashion.
Right.
I'm
That's
not
really-
a shorts person myself. I just wear straight like pants and stuff. I'll sit up there and just burn up. But I can't do shorts. Shorts is like, it's not my
deal with it,
style,
bro.
or I haven't really
Wait,
been
wait.
acclimated to a
Here's
style
the
that
side.
accommodates
I
me.
just noticed something. Like a lot of cats is not wearing shorts these days. Like, what is shorts? Have shorts falling off.
I mean, some people cut their jeans and wear like cut off jean shorts.
Yeah.
That's the style. It's
As
not
far as like
cargo
legit shorts, I haven't really. I mean, unless they're like sweat shorts or something, I haven't really seen like too many shorts. And I've only shorts I've worn this summer was sweat shorts. I never put on a pair like legit shorts because it's just like
If I'm going to swim in shorts, otherwise I don't wear shorts.
That's blasphemy.
it's just not.
I don't wear board shorts, but that's if I'm going to the beach.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's gotta be like a purpose. Or
I remember like
most
cargo
of them
shorts
are
and this
sweat
shit, like the camo cargo shorts.
Yeah, like I still got mine.
I
just
do
don't
too.
really
I kind of feel like if I wore them, I'd be looking like this shit.
It's just weird. Yeah, like, I just don't wear 'em.
If I wore shorts, it would be more like that. The grown man's where you feel me, you just got the 2 pockets, not the cargo shorts where it's not a little above the knee. You feel me? But I mean, I'm used to that because I was in England. That's what that was the style. Like you feel me, where they don't really wear things.
As long as it's not a romper, yo, you good. As long as it's not a
You seen a
romper.
romp him?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we talked about
Oh my, I don't even want to.
Oh my
those
god. Son.
we said we declared it unacceptable.
I'm just trying
That's
to
a
figure out how
beauty
you
and
gonna
no.
piss in that though. Like as a nigga, how you really about to piss? Like
They talking about
imagine
it. They said it's a zipper or like
They say they got buttons
or
flies.
Nah,
But imagine you at the club, you feel me? You got this whole romper and you just line
here's
to
the
the
thing.
bathroom. You got piss. You
No,
got
here's the
undress.
thing.
You gotta come out of your whole
it's
thing and pull it
marketed.
down.
It's gay apparel. Let's just be honest. It's gay apparel.
And then the girls were saying that, well, what if there's an attractive guy who's, confident in his sexuality and this and that? What if he wants to wear it? Then what?
Bullshit.
And that's,
Girls
they
know.
defended him. They
Girls know.
defended guys who wanted to wear it, and they said they seen a lot of attractive guys who wore them.
Believe it or not, all of the crazy
about
things
that.
happen.
What's that Christmas song for gay apparel? What's that song?
I don't know.
It's like
Oh, no,
that's
no.
all I think about when I think of rompers. It's like it's gay apparel and they're trying to make it seem like it's not gay. I'm not mad at folks for like if
That's what you like. Go ahead.
if you're homosexual. For the most part, that's all I see who would wear that is homosexuals. But if you're homosexual and you want to wear that, I'm not mad at you. It's like it's cool, like it's fine. But it's marketed like those are the folks who are gravitating toward the romp him. It's gay fashion. That's it.
I don't get the whole purse pandemic.
Oh yeah, the
I was
merch,
just
the
showing
man
the
bag.
picture of that. It was
But
just
it's
A$AP
Rocky, yeah.
with,
It's something very common because I see it in different countries. So you feel me? It's,
All right, I'll
it's
give you
normal
this
amongst
back.
that, but
I have
it's just like
perspective.
I can't. It's just like when especially in Baltimore, like I can't. You feel me? I can't
Nah,
take a dude serious
yeah,
who
nah,
you feel
you
me?
don't
who-
need one,
Who
yeah.
can try to be like hard, but still got like a whole purse on the
call it a
side.
man
you know,
bag,
like,
I gotta
that's what the
interject
man
here.
bag
So
is.
as a professional, I'm okay. I didn't introduce myself because you took all.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. So we got
Yeah, he took like 30 minutes.
We got
It was a good
architect.
combo. It was a good combo though.
and then we also have
Took that man
entrepreneur, finance guru,
Damn.
historian, preserver.
Philanthropist.
Yeah,
all that.
I'm also Chris's
Big baller
cousin.
shot
I'm also
caller.
Chris's cousin.
Billionaire.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
But
Modesty.
So it's like a little bit of family ties. So I'm Greg Morton. I don't know if y'all can see me. Like I'm a finance dude, Wall Street guy, finance professional, real estate investor, hood cat, grew up out of bullshit and then surprised by it. So anyway, so the larger context is this. I kind of feel like, this whole... Let me try to get back to the point. I kind of feel like we were talking about the romp her, right? Romp him, romp her, right? And then we kind of moved away from that.
To the purses.
To the purses, right? So here's the thing with the purses. It's not necessarily about a purse. Like I'm a Wall Street cat. Like I work and I have a messenger bag where I keep my laptop. Like right now, I'm gonna show you. This is a dope ass bag. I just want you to see how fucking.
But that's a
dope-
book bag.
How dope this bag is.
That's a book. That's
This-
different. That don't count.
Let me find a picture.
This is a book bag. It's because I happen to be who I am.
Right.
But
I'm not talking about book bags. I'm talking about even if you got the messenger, if you got laptops and stuff like that, that's cool. I'm talking about dudes that literally just got.
But that's where it came from. That's why I bring it up. That's where it came
Yeah.
from. So it's just like, my messenger bag got fucked up. Like, it broke. I'm pissed about that. I need a dope-ass messenger bag. Like, I feel naked out here in these streets going to work. Like,
But see, you use yours resourcefully, whereas you got dudes that's wearing it in terms of this is basically my wallet on my shoulder.
But it also it's about expense, too. Also, it's about expense.
That's a purse.
But also it's about expense. So it's like, serious up. Like, this bag, I got the hookup on.
So that's a purse.
But like a messenger bag, like a dope one, I'm gonna spend like $400 or $500 on that shit, and that's low.
Mm-hmm.
These bags you got, that's like 200. That's like 2 G's.
I mean, they use like go yard bags.
That's
and
like
stuff,
2,
so
3
they are a
G's,
lot of
5
money.
G's.
I'm not wearing that though.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
I'm not wearing
I
that.
have pockets in my vehicle to store my items.
So I agree with y'all. Like personally, as
Every man should
who
have
I am,
pockets
I'm
on
not.
his
I'm not
pants.
gonna wear that. I'm not gonna wear that because it is a little effeminate. It's effeminate. But the idea of spending, a couple $100 or $1,000 on a messenger bag or a bag to carry like your laptop or whatever you're working on, that's a status. It's status symbol more so. It's not about like sexuality.
I can understand that, yeah.
It's like status symbol.
Okay.
So
It's almost like saying going to school and don't have a book bag. You use it for what you use it for. But
And
I'm
it-
talking about people that's wearing it for like fashion
And the
statements.
cat who came to who I don't know if y'all had that cat who came to school with the Louis Vuitton book bag.
No.
Yeah.
But a dude would do that, just be like, fuck the books, look at the bag,
Yeah.
right? So like ASAP Rocky, other folks, like even Pharrell, who did the whole like first guy would do, I think he was doing Marc Jacobs or Chanel or some shit like that.
Something like that.
It's like they did it because it's about expense to be like, yo, this bag is like $10,000. Like
That type of stuff never fazed me though.
Right, I'm not about
I don't
to
really
spend
care
no
how much you
bands
paid for it.
on a
It's-
bag.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I could spend $7,000 on something
Well,
totally way more.
not even that.
if you
Not
had
even that.
if you had 100 bands free. 100 bands, like, yo, I ain't fucking with you for shit. Like, you got everything taken care of. 100 bands is kicking it. It's like
I
you
feel
might spend 2 bands on a bag.
I feel like
if
price
it was
point-
it was nothing to you.
Some people, yeah, but it's just personally I don't really carry bags like that to begin with. If I'm gonna have a bag, it's gonna be like a book bag. You
Yeah,
feel me?
that's
Like
what I'm saying.
that's what I may spend money on that. Like if it's something that looks like this, yeah, I'm gonna drop some bread on it if I gotta pay for it. But I'm not about to sit up here and get like a whole like man purse or messenger bag or like that bag or anything else. I mean, because that's just not personally. That's not me, and it don't fit my style.
I just feel like we
So I'm
need to
just
break
not
the
about to
habit
do
of
that.
using price point as an excuse
Sure.
to do things, because that's you
No,
can say the
like,
same thing
come
for the
on,
person. The man can be like, oh, I got these $7,000 pair of men panties on, but it costs $7,000, so I'm buying. But no, yo, they
Yo, my
still
balls
panties.
tight as shit,
Right,
son.
they still panties. So
Right.
it's like at the end
Yeah,
of
you
the
wearing
day,
a
it
G-shirt.
doesn't matter how much you pay for it. It matters what it makes you look like. Like it don't matter what the brand you get. It doesn't matter what type of fabric it is. It's still a pair of panties. It's still a purse. It's still all of that. So it's like I don't
Yeah.
care how much it costs. You look
Price and
ridiculous.
value are 2 different denominations, though. Because something costs $1,000 to you does not mean it has value to me. I could care less, yo.
Right.
Like honestly,
Right.
Yeah,
so
I mean, people use
it's
money
different.
to add on to an achieved status. Like, okay,
like-
if I can spend this much
Like it's an
bread on
accolade,
a
it's
bag,
an
then I'm
accomplishment.
All right, let's go
balling.
deeper. Let's go deeper because the reason why I don't patronize shit to that level is just like, why the fuck would I buy Louis Vuitton for $5,000 to $6,000? Who the fuck? You don't give a fuck about me.
I don't-
Right.
Can I be the black cat who making
yeah.
bags to that level? It's like I spent 5 degrees with him. Like,
Yeah.
where is our
And it
counterpart?
doesn't necessarily have to do with a quality difference either. It's a branding type.
Yeah,
thing.
that's
So
a brand.
You can
Yeah,
find
they say that
somebody
now,
that'll make a
man.
cool
So-
whatever wallet or whatever, and it's this of the same or comparable quality to Louis Vuitton, that's selling it for like
true.
$100, whereas you paying $300 for Louis Vuitton just because
Way
it's
more
Louis
than that.
Vuitton.
And then
You
also,
get 2
Louis,
pockets. Like,
and
now
Louis
you know hold your
Vuitton, the
ID.
quality is not better than being made in Indonesia or made in China. It's just the branding.
Yeah,
They just have legacy branding. You could find like you could come up with a line of bags. I know a cat. I'm not gonna mention him, but I know a cat who's making like a line of book bags right now. I'm gonna patronize. It's like he asking for like more money than I think it's really worth. But I like him, and I like the fact he's extending. So I spend like $200 for his bag. Just cause it's him and he's a black cat. You
And
know?
it's
Yeah, I
another
mean,
thing
you
to
keep it
support
in
the
the
business.
loop. you feel me?
That's
I mean, at that point,
circulating the black dollar.
You're,
so that's
you're
cool.
you're doing that to support. You feel me? A fellow brother.
Yeah.
Whereas though people just out here supporting the dude who they're going to sit up here and objectify because he's gay. They'll sit up. These are the same people that say, "Oh, forget gay people. I don't fuck with gay people." But the person that bag you're wearing,
Yeah.
it was made by a gay person. So like, what are you saying though?
that's true.
Like, obviously you fuck with him.
I feel like
But-
dudes from a real source. The only reason why you really need to carry like a messenger bag or a duffel bag, if you're going to work, you got a laptop. Or if you're about to go work out in the gym. Otherwise, where the fuck is you going with this
Yeah,
bag?
that's so
Like,
true,
where the fuck is you going? Where you going? You buying groceries? You in the supermarket?
And then you got
Where the
niggas
fuck
who be
you going?
trapping, and I'm like, yo, if you trapping, you got a whole
Yeah.
bag. You get jammed up. That's
Yeah.
like, the feds gonna look like, oh, it's in there.
I
Right.
just saw,
That's
I
the
just saw a
perfect-
guy.
that's the perfect
I just
sign,
saw a
like-
guy with one a couple of weeks ago. You know, just hood guys always trapping, selling drugs, rapping about drugs, this and that. And I seen him at a venue, and I was just kind of confused, just because he's has this macho type of figure, and this aura he portrays is like it's like hyper masculine. And I was just confused though, because I've never seen that. But maybe this is the new thing. I'm just not hip to it. I'm living on the
It's
rock.
like the episode of the
It's-
Boondocks where
Oh,
Riley had the
yeah.
sports
I know
bra,
exactly what you're
the
talking
sport,
about.
and then he was
flip-flops.
walking, the flip flop. It's like that because because
what?
rappers
No,
or somebody who they like look up to does it. That means they could do it. I'm just like, nah, nigga, like you wear the sports bra and the fucking skirt. Like,
Right.
like what you mean?
Like Young Thug. I
feel like this. I'm not gonna say what people should patronize or not because the fact that there's a market base for it is the reason why it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are people who are willing to pay for a man bag whether they're gay or not for whatever reason. What I'm getting at is like black individuals, we need to get market share, which is what is your perspective of it? Mm-hmm. Put your shit out into the market and make sure that you get some dough off of it and do it to your standard, right? So it's just like, okay, maybe you don't rock with whatever the fuck everybody's representing. Then represent your own shit and get a piece of that market share because it's money out here and the economy is floating around. You're missing it.
But niggas don't want to support niggas though.
And that
niggas
was
bad,
like,
I'll support you. I just mentioned myself.
Well, that's you. Out of the small population that there's a very small population that will support.
But here's the thing that I learned from working in finance, right? You like that shirt that you're wearing. You like that shirt that you're wearing. You're wearing that shirt because you like it. There's 20, 50, 100, 2,000 people who like that shirt.
True.
And they may not be, maybe there's millions of people out who are consumers, right? You can't touch those millions of people, but the 100 people or 200 people who believe and patronize the way that you do, you can tap into them by just promoting things that you personally like. Yeah. You can profit off of that.
Sure.
So like, think of yourself, invest in what you are a consumer of because you believe in it because you bought it yourself. So you already have a model. Somebody believe in it, you can use yourself. And then if anybody believes the same way that you believe, then they will invest in it too. So you have support in that.
And that's true. I mean, what you were saying, basically, getting the market share of the things that you do. Like that's half of the reason why I started, my own clothing line, because it's just like I'm not buying these brands because I don't have any type of personal connection to them. So I'm gonna make something of my own that I'm sure that even if the world as a whole doesn't like it or gravitate to it, there is a small pocket of people that will see where I'm coming from that think the same way that I do, and that's basically the base of what I come up with. So I mean that is true, but
Oh, and I know this is a side, maybe it's on camera, I don't know on camera, but I do have a block party that I'm putting together, which is has a yard sale component.
Oh yeah, promote it. What is it?
So this is what it is. So the Douglas house that I own, I want to do a block party there.
Oh, we didn't even talk about. So he is the current owner of one of the original homes in Baltimore that Frederick Douglass was responsible for building, and he owns that property. You rent it out as well.
Yeah, I do a vacation rental. So long story short, I'm gonna try to break it down in like less than a minute. I'm back and forth between New York, New Jersey, and Baltimore because I'm from Baltimore. Bought a piece of property in Baltimore. Happened to be Frederick Douglass's home, and I revitalized it, revamped it, remodeled it, that sort of thing. And because I'm back and forth between New York and Baltimore, I rent the place out as a vacation rental. It's in Fells Point. It's right on the waterfront, like 2 blocks away. It's really nice property. So that's kind of what I'm rocking on a real estate front. Outside of that, everything else is trying to gravitate people, black folks, and anybody who's a willing participant as far as patronage to support what I'm doing and to continue the struggle so I can kind of get into new avenues of making money. So anyway, that's the larger scope and the high level. With my cousin has a clothing line, Free Minds Clothing, which is dope. I support, I believe in, I rock myself. And I just kind of want to continue to build a conglomerate of black folks, individuals who are doing positive things, and we can get money together. So, of course, I'm going to start with the family. All right, so with that being said, what I'm doing for my personal endeavor is I'm doing a block party for the Frederick Douglass house where I'm going to have murals put up. I'm going to have artists doing murals on the wall, like in the block. I have large ideas. But another component of the block party is a yard sale. I have a line of like curated hats and watches and items that I have at boutiques. I'm going to have these things available for the yard sale. I want to invite you as my cousin, also as a owner of a clothing label, to have items available for this yard sale. It'll be going down. We're prospectively targeting the Fells Point Fun Festival, which was October the 6th and October the 7th, 2017. So we should have like a decent amount of time for promotion and get everything together. And if you want to be involved, let's link it out.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
All right. That's a bet. So that's all family love and like business love. So everybody know. You know?
And we're gonna bring the podcast through too.
Hell yeah, why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying?
I got a couple people that might be interested too.
All right. So it's all gonna be good love and
Definitely
good
got
times.
some
You know what I'm saying?
So we
Tell
got
me
the
some money.
So we got the background and everything else going on. What's going on with the world though? Like we following sports, we following sports, we following everything as well. We talking about with Kyrie trying to get out of Cleveland, which I think is dumb.
He's a dickhead.
So why do you go in there leave
That's
Cleveland? Like,
enough.
why?
I think he wants to
That's
leave Cleveland because he wants to be the main focus of
He
the
don't
team.
wanna be under
He don't
LeBron.
want to be under, which I can understand, but at the same time, what do you think you're going to do on a team by yourself? Because even when LeBron
He
doesn't
had a
play,
team by himself, and he was
right, and they were a
Exactly.
lot
What
of
were
the
they
team
doing? What
every
were
year.
they
I mean,
doing? What were they
granted,
doing?
it was in the early stages of his career. He didn't really have much air under his wings, so he got more experience under his belt now. But
I'm gonna play devil's
even-
advocate. He
even
got a
this-
ring already.
He got a ring.
He's
yeah.
trying to do whatever the fuck he want to do
Sure.
for himself. He got
Yeah.
the ring
But the
already.
thing is, he can't even make as much money anywhere else as he would in Cleveland because he can get the max
I don't think
deal
it's
in
about
Cleveland.
that anymore, fam.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
he got the ring.
It was
He's
that
already
way.
reached the height. If you're in the NBA, the pinnacle is like, yo, get a championship.
yeah,
He won the
yeah.
chip. So now it's like, what do you want to do personally? I think he wants to be the franchise guy who built the team like Jordan, like Kobe did. Like,
But
I
he's
built
not
the
going.
team.
He's not going to
Nah,
be
he's
that.
like another
Anything he
AI.
goes
Like,
to,
he's not.
maybe.
Well, he's not AI, but I'm
What
just
I'm
saying, I
getting-
don't think he has the
he
potential to be.
he don't know that.
You're right.
He
you're
don't
right.
know
And
that.
Think about the talent that Cleveland has. They're there because of LeBron. They're not there because of Kyrie.
No,
Now,
no.
granted-
I beg to differ because in the finals the year that they won the ring, if Kyrie didn't, if he didn't
No,
show
you're
up
right.
the way
No,
he
you're
did,
right. You're right.
they would have
No,
lost.
I was
that.
saying the people that are there, like the backup, everybody
Oh,
else,
yeah,
they're there
yeah.
because of
Yeah.
LeBron, not Kyrie. That's what I'm
Kyrie is
saying.
instant points when you put him on the floor, but Kyrie
course.
can't run a team. Like even
But
even
that's his
throughout,
challenge. That's,
even throughout.
I think they have-
I
yeah,
support him.
yeah,
I think
that-
that's his
yeah,
challenge.
yeah.
He's trying to prove that
I'm
to
sorry.
himself.
I think it's a
I
good
don't
move
see
for
it,
himself. That's what he's going to do. I just don't see it happening because even this season when LeBron didn't play, like say he sat out a game,
Yeah.
they lost most 9 times out of 10. Like they did not
The
win.
stats show that when it's him playing, LeBron's not playing. Statistically, they lose.
But
as
I
opposed
will
to-
say, in his defense, the team that was assembled in Cleveland was mainly LeBron's design. It was
Yeah.
designed around what LeBron wanted. So if
Yeah,
Kyrie
that's
goes
true.
to a team and says, "Look, design this team around this way, so I can be optimally efficient," it might work out better. But I don't see it happening because
I agree. I
he's
agree
still-
on both fronts. I think that like I'm not sure if it can rock, but I would say this: me standing by my point. If you and challenging each of you, if you were Kyrie and you got the ring, you accomplished it. You want to do everything you thought that you could possibly do with what was in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's going for. Whether he makes it or not, cool. I mean, well, whatever, arguable. But the fact that he wants to do it, I can understand it.
I can respect it. Yeah, I'm not mad at him for it. I just don't see it happening. It's not gonna happen.
I mean,
And I don't even know what team they can trade that he can go to and make that happen.
That's what I'm saying.
The only thing I can think of is New York,
Unbalanced,
but
it's so unbalanced.
even the team that he goes to, it'll be a while before they formulate.
It's gonna be at
certain
least
pieces.
5 years.
It'd be a while before they formulate the necessary pieces to where you say, I can do this on my own, I can contend for something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll just be, for those years leading up, it'll just be him, you feel me, balling out,
He'll be like
kinda
Russell Westbrook.
campaigning
Yes,
to bring people
exactly.
here.
Yeah.
But
feel
you got
me?
to take because Kyrie isn't as I feel like Kyrie he's been hurt before, so he's more injury prone than Russell. So he
How old is that?
like 23, something like that. He was young when he came in the league.
Yeah, he was
He's
young.
23,
He's not
24,
that
something
much
like that.
older than me.
But what I'm saying is
Oh, really?
he's not
That's
as
it.
durable. Like Russell Westbrook ran a team all year, didn't get hurt. I don't think. Kyrie's been hurt before. He's not
He's been
above
hurt, but
getting
not,
hurt.
not recently. I wouldn't say he's like injury prone. Like fucking
Wait,
feel like
how is he right now?
I think he's like 24.
He got time.
Yeah,
But
he
what
got,
I'm saying is,
yeah,
I
he
feel
got
like
time.
if he tries to exert,
And he got to
all-
ring that early too.
If he tries
Think
to
about
carry
that.
the team on his back by himself, he's going to get hurt. Russell, it didn't happen to
Yeah.
Russell. If he tries to play the same type of team on the same type of style as Russell Westbrook, he's going to get hurt.
Have you ever
That's because
noticed?
they two different type of point guards, and Russell is a lot more athletic. So
Yeah,
his margin of
yeah,
error, I mean,
like,
his error of him actually getting injured, it's a little bit higher, but it's a little bit less because he's a lot more athletic.
Let me ask you
Kyrie
another
is just more finessing,
Yeah.
finagling
Have
niggas
you
with
ever
dribbles.
noticed, have
and
you ever
shit.
noticed how LeBron plays?
How he plays?
How he plays?
Conservative.
He do a lot of
He
traveling.
does.
That's how
He
I
does
said
a
the right
lot
word.
of.
he do a lot of traveling.
He don't ball up because he can, but
what he
it's not
says
about
is
him.
very conservative.
'Cause
he don't
he's aware.
overextend. He's not trying to get hurt. When
Right.
has LeBron really been hurt?
Never. It'd be small stuff. Like if he rolled his ankle or something.
Yeah,
He really doesn't. He's very conservative. He tried to be more effective than explosive.
He's more efficient, which that's what you're supposed to
efficient more
do.
than explosive.
As the years go by, that's what you need to become because you know you can't do that because you
realize
get older
he's
and your
getting
body
older,
is going
and
to
he
So
respond.
that's what I'm
Same
saying
stuff
about
he did.
Kyrie. If Kyrie has matured, the fact that he has a ring, he ain't really got to go so hard to get enough. He already reached that pinnacle. If he recesses a little bit and is a little more cognizant about like the way that he plays and giving himself the longevity, he could do it. I think he can do it.
But he
not
doesn't
this
really,
year. Not
he
this
doesn't
year.
really
I
ball
don't
out
even
in a
see.
risky way like Russell does. Like if he does a little shake and bake. You feel me? He lay it up or he go for the
exactly. So it's
jumper.
definitely
He
a finesse move.
don't be trying to post around.
Right,
like
right.
it's nothing. Shit like that gets you injured. But you feel
I'm
me?
just saying, him trying to be the main factor of a team and exerting all that energy game after game, I
Yeah.
can just see.
Maybe
him
like you
getting
say, he
hurt.
wants to be the next Westbrook or something.
But he just don't. I don't know.
It's
Not
going to be a
right
while
now.
before there's that next second piece to the puzzle that'll help him get there. Like, you
Right.
feel me? Like, how he has LeBron, which is the second, well, he's the first piece, but you feel me? You need somebody else of that nature to help alleviate.
Well, he was the first
the
piece, so imagine he
responsibility.
lost that status. And, at one time he was,
He was just balling.
Yeah, I mean,
he was
but-
balling, but he had no
He
help.
was
So
balling.
I gotta
Westbrook
ask
here
you.
is the
I gotta
best
ask
player,
everybody. Do
though,
y'all
like-
think that the Cleveland win for the championship was rigged?
When he won last year,
they
Yeah.
kind
You
of
think
they
it was
come
rigged?
back
Last
from
year or
like
this
3
year?
You think
games.
it was rigged?
I mean,
from coming back down about.
to be honest,
I don't know.
I'm not going to put it past people because it's a business.
Yeah.
So you're going to do what you need to
I
do
think it
to
was
make
rigged.
the
I think
money.
it was
the
rigged.
Patriots all the
Personally,
time.
I think it
The
was
Patriots
rigged.
all the
You're
time.
gonna do what you gotta do to make money. If it's rigged, if you know that rigging and shit is gonna get you more money, then yeah. I mean, you even had a referee who say he used to throw games for to collect a check, and who knows, that might feed into another bigger picture of them actually rigging the whole system of sports in general.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty naive not to think so.
Yeah.
Because you feel me, it's
I
a
would
lot
never
of
rule it
money
out.
involved.
It's a lot of
Money
money,
rules
man.
everything, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're actually good.
I
But
just felt like I watched the
You gonna get
series
his check.
and like, yo, dude,
yeah, you come back 3-1.
nah, they had them
Yeah, some-
beat, and then the last.
Well,
you
but
know,
they
the
needed
last
was to
game-
win one more
They
game
wasn't
in the
even
series
playing.
before, though, so I
they
mean-
wasn't even playing like the last games. It's like they didn't even do shit. It's
But
like
didn't Golden State come back from 3-1 that previous
To
series?
beat the Thunder and
Yeah.
KD dipped off.
I think KD
don't like
probably
that.
did that personally though.
I don't like that move though. That's
The move.
what do you think about
Yeah,
KD? What do you
yeah,
think?
yeah.
What do you think KD?
I'm over it now, honestly. I
Yeah.
just
I'm over it, but I don't. You
He
the
won
team,
my eyes,
yo.
he
He won
didn't
that
team
ring.
you
He
got
won
your
that
ass
ring.
handed to. That's the team you go to play for.
won
And
that ring.
at that point, it's not your team. You feel me? You just come on. They were already established before he came. You
even
just come on.
though he did go off in the finals.
He went off, but you feel
But
me?
what he was just
No,
he
but
he
like-
couldn't not go
All
off.
I'm
He's
saying
what
is
else
like
did you
the
expect?
Thunder.
They
The Thunder.
deferred that to him because they knew.
They
well,
knew,
you need to get
yeah.
your
Have
ring.
y'all been to the
You
city
feel me?
before?
The way?
What's
Have
it?
y'all been to where the Thunder
No.
play? Have y'all been?
No, I'm never.
That city.
Shit. Yeah, I can.
You understand? Like that motherfucker ain't want to be there.
I don't blame him. Like I would never want to be in Oklahoma either. Like
What
to
the
live
fuck is
there.
it? Oklahoma?
Right, yo.
Besides
Nothing.
tornadoes?
You can tip cows in that motherfucker. You
Tornadoes.
can like ride a cow and push a cow over and then laugh at the fact the cow can't get up. That's what they do for fun in that motherfucker. They tip cows.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like you understand what I'm saying? Like how fucked up is that?
But
Like,
I
you can go to
necessarily
the club
go
at
to the
least.
team that beat me though. Like you
Yeah,
feel me? It's
right,
not like you feel me. You go to a
yeah.
different team and you kind of working your way up. You went to an already established team and then you just feel me. You just go ball out, but people are like hyping you up. Like you feel me? Like you did everything, but you still got Steph Curry. You still got Clay.
No,
you
what's
still
the
got
paradigm?
Draymond.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
The Golden
And
State
you-
had
and you're an architect.
Like-
What's the paradigms of being an architect? What levels do you think you need to hit to be like, yo, I'm fucking killing this architect?
The quality of the projects that you do, and the places that you
NBA
start.
player, what are the paradigms you need to hit as an NBA player to be like, I'm fucking doing it?
I mean,
Ring.
well, it's MVP accolades, like
too,
stats.
because some of the best players don't have rings,
Yeah,
though, but they put up like
MVP.
records.
And they pissed about it. They ain't got
No,
rings.
you're right, they are
Barkley's
pissed,
like,
but
I ain't got no fucking
That doesn't
ring.
mean that they're a bad player.
Ewing
though.
is like,
That doesn't mean
goddamn,
that
I
they're
ain't got
a
no
bad
fucking
player.
ring. It's like,
They're Hall of Famers without rings, though.
But
but they still don't have a ring.
No,
I'm
you're
quite sure
right,
at
you're
the
right.
end of the day, they're just like,
But there are
God
players
damn
that
it.
didn't even deserve rings will sit on the bench and they still have a ring. So what does that say about getting a ring,
Like
though?
Matt
That's a whole
Barnes.
nother
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
Matt Barnes.
JaVale McGee. Well, JaVale McGee, he was
actually
balling.
not
He
bad.
did his job.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
played
yeah,
his part for
yeah.
10 minutes. Whenever he got in the game, he worked for that ring. So I give him that.
Matt Barnes
But
played
you
the
feel
last
me?
3 minutes of Game 7, Game 5.
But you feel me? It's just like
I didn't even know he was on the team, yo, until at the end of the season.
I thought he was on the
I thought he was still in the Clippers. Yeah, I didn't know he was. Yeah, he on the Warriors.
But present that motherfucker, he'd be like,
That's
yo.
But that's wild. I didn't know he was on the Warriors.
Yeah,
That
I didn't know until the end of the series. I was like, when did you
on
leave
Golden
Los
State.
Angeles?
Everybody's on Golden State. yo.
Yeah, but I heard they might be going to lose Iguodala though. I don't know if they did or not
I
already.
heard
But somebody was trying to give him a
over
contract.
salary, so they got to pay that.
They were creating a new type of thing going on, whereas though you can't like sign all those players like that just because it's so unbalanced and everything like that. I think hockey has something like that. I'm not sure what it's called. There's some type of rule that they have though.
I mean, I think that's dumb though, because I mean, I don't think that the league should be able to dictate what teams and what players.
Yeah, that's what the argument was.
They kind of do that in business now. It's saying basically in business you can't monopolize. So
Yeah,
you
that's
can't take over a
what's
whole
happening.
market.
That's what's
But that's what
happening.
they kind of do in NBA because if that's the
Honestly,
case,
yeah.
you would have all the nice players going to one team,
Exactly.
and then they just demolishing
They showed a
like, the
stat,
whole
man,
league.
for
like.
the 20 best players in the NBA.
And like
They're all in the West.
Yeah.
What's up? No, Paul George is coming to the West though. So there's
Yeah, so
nobody.
like the East is garbage. Like,
Garbage,
it's always
man.
been
That's
garbage,
not-
but the only people left
and
in
there's
the
so many
East
disparities
is LeBron.
now. I
it
don't
used
know.
to be this shit
Melo,
like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years
Yeah,
ago,
it
the
used
East
to
was
be,
like
yeah.
dominate.
Yeah.
Like West wasn't
They
shit.
was West was. I mean, they had like Kobe.
Even
A lot of the West was
Warriors.
still
Everybody
expanding.
remember
their
the
team. Like,
Warriors
the
history?
Western Conference was most of where all the expansion teams was going.
I just remember far back.
The Warriors were
Baron Davis
laughable.
and Steve
Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
Jackson.
The
They had,
Warriors
like
were
Baron
like
Davis and all that.
they were like the
I don't
fucking
remember them. Man.
It was garbage.
stepchild, redhead stepchild of the NBA. Seriously.
Inborn.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just.
It was garbage.
I do. The one thing I do say I like about what Kevin Durant did with his move is he went to the team that he wanted to play for,
That's
and I
true,
feel like
man.
that's.
I don't think he's
cool
gonna
because
stay though. I think
He probably not gonna stay.
No,
He
he's
probably
not.
only
No,
went there
yeah.
for the ring, but he wanted to go there. Whereas
Where's he gonna go
I
after
think
that?
I think it's good that the players can take their careers and what they want to do in their own hands versus being pushed around by the league to say, "Oh, we don't need you no more. Go here."
I mean, that's
oh,
true.
you
I'm
should-
gonna give you
Right.
another perspective. So it's like, as short as I am, as skinny as I am, I actually was a baller, like real hard. I thought I was going to
Muggsy
the
Bogues.
fucking NBA. Like
That
seriously,
was
Muggsy Bogues from my hood. I actually
yeah,
sat,
that's what's up,
I sit
man.
out in the hood with Muggsy Bogues and toss his motherfuckers. Calves is like fucking watermelons. This motherfucker is like slightly. He's my shit type. They hype. Dunk. Calves is like fucking watermelons.
Hey, man.
That's an aside. But anyway, what I'm getting at is like, a lot of these cats who are balling, they've been knowing each other since high school.
Well, yeah,
College.
they
all in different.
Yeah.
They've been knowing each
Yeah.
other.
They seen
They've
each
been
other,
playing with
familiar
each other and
That's
playing
right.
against each other. I'm quite
That's
sure,
right.
like Durant, like who knows, motherfucking somebody from the Warriors just called him out like, "Yo, son, you should get up here." Like literally, it's like some inside shit. Like they've been playing with each
They've
other.
been playing, yeah.
They've been playing with
That's
each
true,
other.
Each other.
Yeah.
Everybody know each other. Because, I mean, you got to think, you're
The
all
best of the
getting
best,
groomed to be in the league, so they're going to group you all together. It's the same
Right.
with, like, soccer.
It's almost
any
like a
other
fraternity
sport.
for real.
Yeah, it's like any other
Yeah.
sport, you feel me? They
Yeah.
going, the top are going to be with the top in every level that they go through, you feel
Ever
me?
since high school, anybody was a McDonald's All-American, them motherfuckers
yeah.
been
True.
there. They've been
Yeah.
there. They've
But
been
shit, they been
there.
Yeah,
balling
I'll
since
be
middle
watching
school
that.
age.
Right.
Yeah, so what's
Right.
up?
So, yep. So you got KD that went to Golden State, which you already know they won the championship, and now they talking about Kaepernick might possibly be coming to Baltimore.
I would love a Kaepernick.
I would too.
I'll try to get season tickets.
I would
I'll
develop
try to
a
get season
whole
tickets.
new love for the Ravens if they sign Colin.
Well, even
Kaepernick.
I take a
Cat
knee
came to
every
the-
motherfucking time.
I don't even think he said he's not going to do it no more.
I don't care. I would take a
No,
knee
he's
for him
not.
every time. I would take a knee like Kaepernick.
Right.
But you feel me? Even if Cat did come to the Ravens, outside of sports, I feel like that would spark something.
It would be good for the city.
Socially,
Yeah.
for the
I think it'd be
city.
good.
Yeah.
That would be a
It would
whole
be good for the
different.
city.
That'll whole be a whole not uprising, but
Maybe
it would be
some solidarity.
It would be an uprising because you know you're gonna have the vast majority of
no,
motherfuckers.
no,
No, I
no.
don't fuck with Kaepernick, blase,
Nah,
blase,
black
because
people
he don't
will come
in
understand.
Baltimore,
But
it's
you gonna have
black-
all the
black-
black people. You feel me?
And San Francisco is different. I feel like if they tried all that uproar in Baltimore, the city itself would be like, yo, y'all shut up. We got Kaepernick. They would actually somewhat kind of defend
Yeah.
him and his position
Exactly.
from them while he's here.
Ticket sales would go up.
Whereas in San
Ticket sales
Francisco,
would
Yeah,
whereas in
that's true.
San Francisco, everybody could kind of just be like, no, we don't like him, whatever. Because I mean, who's really gonna?
And let's be honest.
In
San Francisco was fucking supposedly. Let's talk about politics. They're supposed to be a liberal society,
Yeah, because in California, yeah,
right? But they
yeah,
still
well,
act.
yeah,
they still
yeah,
treat
technically,
Kaepernick
yeah.
on some bullshit.
Well, a lot of people say they're liberal, but still.
That's what they, no, the reason why I
Shitty
mention
ass
that is because this whole idea of like Democrat, Republican, conservative versus liberal was bullshit. White versus black is the race is the
Yeah.
shit. Regardless what your political affiliation is, racism is racism.
That's
Democrats act as if they're more for the black folks, but no, that's bullshit.
if I'm correct, even then, like back, like what is it?
It was the other way around.
Yeah,
The party
you-
switched.
The Republicans were the ones who actually were in power when the Emancipation Proclamation was put into act.
Yeah, and everybody. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's like,
reading that.
yo, so I mean, I'm not anti-white, so it's like everybody who knows me knows I'm like, I don't hate white people for in and of themselves, but I'm gonna take y'all one by one. I'm gonna take it application by application basis because it's some bullshit that's going on, and that's just for real. So I don't care if you're a liberal or conservative, that don't mean shit to me. I'm gonna holler at you one by one.
And I don't even think the general scale is I dislike white people. It's just I don't trust them off top. Like I'm not
white
just,
system.
Yeah, like because it's like I don't hate you. Like I don't want any harm to come to you, but I also I have to watch you. Like I don't trust you until I know I can feel like I can trust you, which is gonna probably be never. But I mean, it's like I don't trust you.
Yeah,
It's just that they up to no good. Even I'm not gonna say all white people up to no good, but
Even
there
the
are
ones that
some
aren't,
people
they don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it, and it's
That's
just like
what
that's the
pisses me
thing.
off,
It's just
yo.
like that's the thing that pisses me off about white people is that you just don't get it. So don't sit up here and act like you get it because you don't. Because you really making yourself look dumb. Like you, and it's not proving your point. It's literally harming you in the situation. So you feel me? I can respect a white person if they sit up here and say, okay, I don't know about this subject or I can't fully understand it, so I'm not going to put my input in.
Right.
But when you sit up here putting some shitty ass input in and you don't know nothing about the history of it, but you go and when you go into history, you kind of contradict yourself in saying it. It's just like shut up, like you're not doing anything.
I'm gonna
You
try
just
to break
sound
it down as like
ignorant.
simplest terms. This is just my own personal opinion. I'm not subscribing this to anybody else. So I'm not saying this is the opinion of, Busy Doing Nothing podcast or anything like that. This is personal Greg Morton. For the most part, I just kind of feel like white folks don't particularly understand race relations in the same regard as black folks because they're not
affected by
subject
it.
to it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're not the subject of oppression. So to them, it's more like, oh, it happens, and they think they're aware of it, but they don't feel the effects of it.
Yeah.
So they can only, at best, empathize.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they
And
can't
even then,
empathize.
they act
But
like
they
they
can't
think they
even-
are, but they're not.
Like
Maybe
when I
just
walk,
sympathize. Maybe just sympathize.
they don't realize like when I walk in an elevator and there's a white woman who clutches her back. That's a result of racism. Like all the images that you
it's
saw.
almost like trying to explain to a color to the blind, like almost, man. They just can't. There's a word for that. I can't think of the word though.
I
But
know what you mean.
yeah, it's
So here's the weird part about it.
Cognitive dissonance, I think.
Cognitive
Cognitive
dissonance.
dissonance.
Yeah.
So here's the weird part about it, right? Because of that, some white folks really do want to empathize and sympathize. They just don't know how to. So I can't.
I agree with that.
I can't
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
those
yeah.
folks.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
I
That's
can't
why you gotta
hate
take them one by one.
yeah,
It's like some
yeah.
people really do care.
Yeah, that's
And it's
They
just
just
like,
don't
yo,
know what.
they just know how to
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they have no concept of it. So
Yeah.
you inform them, and other folks is just like, and quiet is kept. It's like they really. I'm gonna say this is a real life experience. I had I've been in a lot of different professional settings, and one of the settings was I was really cool with a bunch of lawyers, and I had the opportunity to kind of kick it with a lawyer, really renowned lawyer, and we was just burning. He was like, Greg, I just locked a motherfucker up, a black dude up for smoking weed, and that's what we doing right here. It's like literally, I just came from the judge, from the court, and just locked the motherfucker up, and it's like I come home and roll up, and I'm just like,
That's facts though.
Yeah.
fucked up, but it's facts. The reason why I didn't particularly like him as a person, but I did respect the fact he was honest with me.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's pretty much saying like, yo, this is what I do. It's like I lock your folks up for doing the same shit that I go home and do with my people. And then he said that this is some real shit. It affected me. I'm telling you this because this is real. He said he talked about how much he believes in white privilege because it benefits him. Why would he fight a system that benefits
It
him?
was
Yeah,
designed
right.
to benefit them.
Yeah, it was
designed to take
tailored.
care of them.
Right.
For
So
you.
from a logical sense, the reason why I respected him, even though I didn't necessarily agree with him, is like he wasn't lying to
No, he's
me.
being
Yeah, you
honest.
spit
Right.
facts though.
Right.
If you're honest with me, then you get cool. You get respect from me. I may not like you, but I respect the fact that you were honest. You kept it 100.
And most white people won't even admit to that, though.
Yeah.
No, they
That's-
won't.
that's
They
true.
won't.
That's
They'll
the
act like
thing.
it doesn't
They
They
exist.
won't admit
Exactly.
to it, but that's how they feel. So that's the reason why I brought it up to
Yeah.
y'all because it's like, well, that's the general belief of white folks who you may
Either
come
they
into
won't
contact
admit that
with
that's
in
how
a
they feel, or
regular.
they act like it doesn't
Yeah, of
exist.
course.
Yeah, they come
Yeah.
to him every day and they act like, oh, but for the most part, it's like they feel how he feels. They love this idea of white privilege because it benefits them, and they're not trying to do anything to disrupt that. Because why would they? It's
Right.
like
Why
they're
would they?
belittling their position.
Because they know they-
It's like throwing your
They
own
know
life.
everything is all fine and dandy, but they want to live life on the wild side, which means being black.
So here's
That's
a larger,
essentially what that
here's a
is.
larger stretch. I'm not mad at them for that because logically that makes very much sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, we lit. You feel me?
But
Besides trying to get
I
shot,
can't
but we
subscribe
lit.
to it, and then also that means that with whatever we're going to do
You can't look to
collectively,
them.
we can't.
to make the situation better.
Why would they?
They don't
That's like
understand,
flushing
yeah.
all of that stuff down the toilet. Like it's not. Who would do that?
It's our responsibility to build up whatever it is, like conglomerate, whatever social structure, whatever it is that we're gonna build up to empower ourselves. It's up to us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't go right and looking for grants and right like, please government, give me some money. Please, Mr. Personal White Person Investor, please give me money to help this back. We can't. It's just like it's flawed in the sense that we need to beg the oppressive system or folks who represent the oppressive system, possibly, to try to bankroll and empower us. It's like that's not in their interest. It's in our interest. We have to author it ourselves.
But niggas is content now, and they don't really want to do that because they look at the past and they be like, well, we're not going through this. We're well off and we're fine. But they don't really realize that although those things aren't happening, they're not as brutal. They're just legalized now. I mean, it's literally in broad daylight.
Underhanded
It's
ways
like
to do it.
institutionalized
Like, you feel
racism
me?
is different than
Like the legal system, that's a way they're doing it. Like they might not be lynching niggas, but the cops.
No, the
still
cops
shooting
are
niggas.
lynching them. No,
You know,
that is lynching. It's a different form of lynching.
They
It's a
still
different
shooting
form.
niggas. Like you
It's a
feel me?
different
Like
form.
That's 2007.
What about jail? Like this is like free
Modern
labor,
days-
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's the
modern
same
days.
thing.
It's
the
like
same
they don't
thing.
realize
It's the
that
same thing.
over the years,
That's why
because
we
they
got the most incarcerated population.
Of
in the
course.
they
whole
don't
world.
realize
Of
because
course.
white people started catching on. They was like,
we
we
need
got to
we need
switch
to
up the
figure out
system.
businesses we employ. I'm gonna tell you, this is some fucked up shit. This is devil's advocate, but I'll tell you, it's how my mind works. I'm a money guy, thinking. What we need to do is like instead of being mad at like folks being incarcerated, you got incarcerated, fuck it happened. We can't change that. But that's a labor force. And it's like if we was to come up with businesses that was gainfully employing that labor force, it's just it's an appropriate labor base.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, because of your conviction, maybe you don't command the highest value per hour for your ability, but you do command some hourly wage.
I mean, you can still supplement that with something that's more humane.
No, here's where I'm coming from. Because like
Reasonable.
I'm devil's advocate because I'm about value here. It's like, yo, there was a business that was authored by me or you, where it's just like, yo, we can employ ex-cons to the value that's specific to their labor and their social status.
No longer in prison.
And we can empower them by making sure they're employed.
Yeah,
and giving
that's
them
what
a
I was
livable
saying.
wage. And we
Yeah.
could also profit by the fact that we could possibly give them a little bit less than somebody who's never been.
Yeah,
locked
I mean, I
problem
don't.
with that.
I'm not opposed to that. I'm only opposed because you're kind of doing the same thing that other people doing.
But not to the same level. Not to the
but
same level.
You're going by it different ways that because they're incarcerated, you feel me? You're still giving them a way out. You feel me? It's still a way of bettering their life. I mean, although you're in prison now, I need you to make me some sweatshirts. You feel me? You're not getting paid as much, but just know, you feel me? Because you're doing this, when you get that sentence done or whatever happens to you, you have a place to come to.
I'll give
You
a real
feel me?
example. Let's just say, like, for example, I don't know, just making, like, I don't know, license plates or something. They pay people like 5 cents a day or something. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's
it's like-
petty as shit.
And it's like they give them 5 cents a day because they know there's like they can give them 5 cents a day. And it's just a slap in their face. It's like, well, shit, I know they're giving you 5 cents a day. It's like I'll give you 75 cents. It's just like it's less than $1 for me. You get where I'm coming from? You know how great that is? It's like it's less than $1 for me.
to make a license plate.
It was like, but I didn't give you 5 cents. They gave you 5 fucking cents, yo. They gave you 5.
I can still give you a little bit
I
more,
gave you
and
75.
then make sure you feel me. You taken care of after that.
From a percentage basis, let's talk about just percentages. 5% of 75 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 cents out of 75 cents. Like the percentages is crazy. So the fact that like they're giving you just 5 cents. You know how much they're eating off of you?
Yeah, they eating a whole lot.
It's like they can eat way better. They can give you $2 and still eat very well. Like so what I'm getting is like me, if I could figure out a model where I could give you $2 and still eat very well, I'm gonna give you fucking $2. I'm not gonna give you 5 cents. They do that because they hate
petty
you.
as shit.
They hate
just
you.
literally see you
That's
as nothing.
oppression. That's oppression. Me, I'm just like, yo, I gotta make sure I eat.
They
I gotta
probably
make
only
sure
giving
I'm
them
good.
5 cents because they technically have to pay them something. Otherwise, it's technically classified
They
as
probably-
slavery.
they probably
So they're like,
technically
all
gotta
right,
give
well,
them 5
we're
cents.
technically
Yeah.
paying them 5 cents, so
To be
they're
honest, they didn't
actually
give them a
employed.
penny, and we still
Yes.
paid you.
Right.
We just gave you a fucking
Yes.
penny.
So what I'm saying is like, yo, we have to be smart. Where it's just like, yo, I'm not gonna give you $10 an hour. It's like I'm not. It's like, why would I?
But see, then you gotta also think if you're trying to get into that actual system of maybe like manufacturing or production, you probably have to go through those systems where they probably won't even allow you to do that because they'll be like,
they'll
no,
close the door in your
right?
face,
They'll be like, that's not
man.
happening. So
These will be white men doing it.
right.
Yeah.
Well, there's no chance. I agree with you there. I definitely agree with you. There's definitely
That
challenges that had to be
sucks,
surmounted. But my belief and the reason why I invest the way that I invest is because I still believe in the black dollar and I believe in black excellence and prestige and upliftment. And I feel like sometimes this is the fucked up part about being black. This is true. I kind of feel like you're pitted against society from an oppressive standpoint. Like this oppressive system has existed, and some folks still subscribe to those mentalities where they just will try to block you. Then you also got to fight your own people.
Yeah.
Some people is brainwashed, and they're just as affected by
Yeah.
society giving them an impression of
double-edged
who they
sword.
are. And how
But
they
that was
do
the
it.
plan.
Same thing that happened back then. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
No
That was
different message.
absolutely
You had house
the plan.
niggas snitching on the
But here's the
that
thing.
was
But as a black person, this is me personally. I can't put this on anybody else. I kind of feel like you're not solid black unless you know that and willingly, understandingly deal with it. Because otherwise, you just turn your back on your folks.
But
you
even
have to kind of
if you do understand, there's still people who will still say you're a sellout because you understand that you have to finesse a certain way because you may not subscribe to literally everything black. You had to, you feel me, sacrifice in certain places because you understand the picture and you understand how you got to maneuver now. But you
A lot
still
of
get
times you
labeled
get
as a
ostracized
sellout.
by
Yeah, you
it,
get
yeah.
ostracized. Like
Uncle
niggas be
Tom.
trying to pull your black
and them niggas is
card.
broke as shit. And I'll never be around. Like I'm doing shit. But it's just like, yo, fuck, I make shit happen. Like, to be honest. And like the people who would be detractors of me talking about how fuck I sell out, but they broke as shit. They wouldn't even be in the room with me. And it's just like they don't need to be because they don't have the right mentality. So it's just like, I know that's harsh, but it's true. Like I've been on both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, folks who would be the biggest detractor to what you're doing is positive is folks who ain't got no money invested, ain't got no inference, no ability to even get into the room and sit at the table where you're sitting. And it's just like part of the reason why they being such haters because
They know that.
they know that.
Yeah,
So why should you even pay attention to them?
yeah.
Some things you're doing will even empower them. But they such detractors because they're not used to that sort of I would say consideration, right? And they're not used to being in that type of room. So you can't save everybody. It's just the truth. You just can't. You know?
It's like if you get bit by a poisonous snake, you feel me? You got to cut your arm off to preserve your life.
Exactly.
I mean, you just got to cut that bitch off so you can live and fight another day.
I feel like to a certain degree you kind of got to look at them the same way you would look at the white power structure. It's just like, I don't need you, but I can't help you. So it's like, because it's like if you try to cater too much to the power structure, you're going to lose sight of your actual goal. If you try to bring everybody with you, you're gonna end up falling into the same barrel that everybody's trying to climb out of. So you really do have to pay close attention on like your direction, where you're trying to navigate and who you're navigating with, because if you got people that's trying to pull you down and then they don't understand the end goal, they don't understand the end game.
As
So it's
black
like,
men, I just kind of want to put this out there to us. Like, fuck whoever's listening. This here or whatever. But to me, it's like, that's the beauty of being a black male up in this game. You get where I'm coming from? It's like, yo, we can unearth the diamond. We can kind of traverse areas that have never been reached by, like, you know, our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we are the authors and administrators of our upliftment. And it's just like, yo, that's fucking dope. Like, you could be that dude. Like, your picture, your buttress, in a sense, like, on the motherfucking, you know, Morgan State. Like, that's you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we are in this position. It's just like, it's difficult because it's just like, god damn, you wish that you had this legacy that was already there. It was like, you could just rest upon. But, like, the beauty of it is, like, yo, we could author that shit, and we you know, it could be us.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge, but it's also opportunity. Like, meet the fucking challenge. Like, that's to be honest, like, don't be a bitch about it. It's like, yo, we got to do it. If you're going to lay down or you're going to get there, which one?
That's fact.
right.
You know?
Well, I don't even know where to go from there because we had a bunch of other stuff to.
Next time, man.
So
It's been an eventful episode.
we don't even have. We didn't drink all of the drink of the day. The drink of the day was Gentleman's Jack.
Damn, that's the next.
That was
need to be
gone.
the drink next week.
Right, that was gone after the opening shot. But this has been the Busy Doing Nothing podcast. We are right in the middle of the conversation. before we even do that, make sure that everybody that's watching this video, make sure you hit us up about the kickball game. It's gonna come out on Wednesday, so it's gonna be this Saturday. Make sure you highlight us on either Facebook or Instagram. Make sure you come out. It's just a community event. Come out, get the exercise going, chill out with the crew, do all that whole thing. Make sure you go to the website, get your BDN podcast caps. Make sure you comment on the video if you enjoyed the conversation. Share it with your friends. Subscribe to the podcast. I am your host, Mr. Freeminds. We have our guests to my left.
Scooter.
Greg Morton.
The one and only Pastor Christian. I'm out here dragging per usual.
Ain't no cuffs up church this time, so make sure y'all be safe. We'll catch y'all again next week.